To start out, you'll want to tease your hair just to give it a little bit of volume, and once you've done that, you're going to part your hair pretty far over. You want a deep side part, and then you'll go about 2 inches back and just part your hair off and clip that back to the side. You'll take a little section in front, 2 sections, take a tiny bit of hair from the first section and bring it to the second, and then you'll take a tiny bit of hair from the far side of the second section and bring it to the first. Now you're going to want to add hair from both sides, and you'll do that by adding a tiny bit of hair, and instead of pulling it from the pieces you already have, you'll be adding pieces in. So you'll be pulling new strands into the fishtail and bringing them over instead. And you'll continue that same process. Until you get to about this point, I don't have hair to add in right there. Since I had my twins, I lost my hair, and so it's just growing in, and it's just fine baby hair all around my head. So I am just gonna stop when I get to about just above my eyebrow, and I'm just gonna braid it all the way down. And this way, you'll be able to put some of that hair in front after we're all done. Go through and pancake the braid. So you're going to want to pull that braid apart. I didn't put a bobby pin in yet or an elastic or anything. I'm just holding it with my hand while I'm pulling the hair apart. And I'm mostly going to focus on pulling apart the hair that is away from my face, mostly in the back. I will pull it out a little bit in the front too, but mostly on the other side. And I want it really messy. I want it to look a little bit ratted almost, but I want it really big and really thick. Tie that off with an elastic, and you'll go back another couple inches, pin it back, and now we're just going to do a Dutch braid. So you'll take 3 strands of hair, and you'll braid the outside strand under the middle strand, and the opposite outside strand under the middle strand. We'll add hair to each outside strand, braiding under the middle, and you'll do the same thing, go down to about the same point, and then just finish that off, braiding all the way down. Now we're going to pull that braid apart too, and this time you do want to pull apart both sides evenly. And I want this braid to be even thicker and fuller than the before, so I'm going to pull on it, just really loosening it up. Once you have it to where you like it, tie it off with a clear elastic. And on the other side, I'm going to do another fishtail braid, but instead of adding hair to this one, I'm just going to take those 2 sections and just fishtail those all the way down. Now I'm taking a little section from behind my head, and I'm just going to braid that all the way down. You're not going to pull that apart at all, you just want to leave that just a tiny braid. Now pull all your hair over to that side where you've braided those 2 strands. Section your hair in 3 sections, just like you would a regular braid. Except you're going to want to have the middle just a little bit thinner than the other 2. This is a 3-strand fishtail braid. Take a little bit of hair from the outside section. You're going to move it over the first section, under the middle, and connect it to the third. Now you're going to take hair from the opposite section, from the outside, and this time you're going to go behind that 3rd section, over the middle, and move it to the 1st. Make sure as you're grabbing hair that you're not grabbing too big of sections. You want to keep them pretty small. And it will help if you're doing this with me. A little section from the outside of section 1, move it over the 1st strand, under the 2nd, and to the 3rd. Now you'll take hair from the 3rd strand, move it under the 3rd strand, over the 2nd strand, and to the 1st. And you'll continue doing this all the way down. Okay, I'm starting to run out of hair, so I'm going to put an elastic in. Tie it in a loop and make sure that there's hair sticking out in the back of that loop. And now with any of those layers that are poking out, I'm just going to get them a little bit wet and spray them with hairspray, and then I'm going to bobby pin them. And take that little bit of hair from your loop and wrap that around your elastic so you can't see it. And you'll just bobby pin that in back. And when you bobby pin, stick it in your hair and slide it up so you can't see the bobby pin. Now pull any loose hair out from around your face that you want. And I'm going to pin those braids in place and just hairspray them. Any hair that fell out on the opposite side, bobby pin that in and push the bobby pin towards your face It will stay in better and it won't go anywhere. And now you're all done and your hair looks amazing.